Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. It's time for the animal messages for December. Hi, everybody. So glad that you are here. I am Julie Hirt. I am a certified soul level animal communicator and certified soul level intuitive coach. And it is time for the December animal messages. And this time I have to tell you, they're pretty straightforward. I mean, one word. So we're going to get to it in just a second. I just want to tell those of you who are new here, here's how this works for the entire month prior. So for the whole month of November, all of the animal communication reading sessions that I have had, what begins to transpire is a theme or thread, or a theme begins to make itself known. And so what I do is I just take like a couple of word notes in any little session just to kind of pull whatever the theme was for that reading. And I just begin to see where it begins to multiply throughout the month. And then I go back to the animals, not necessarily the ones that I talked about, more like the larger body, and say, okay, here's what I'm seeing. Can you help me shape the theme to give to everybody, you, for the month? And so here for the month of December, the message is focus. And there's a lot of ways that the animals are working with us on helping us focus a little bit in a couple different areas. See, there I go. I'm like getting all caught up in my throat chakra. They really want us to be able to focus in a way that we can begin to trust our gut, our intuition. Usually for me in particular, and for many of my clients actually this month, the intuition actually sits in the gut. And so you can usually, many of us, I can feel first and foremost if something feels the right way to go or the not so right way to go by how my gut feels and how my gut reacts to that. So they really want us to focus on that intuition, or wherever your intuition really is strongest for you, your feeling of yes or no. This is my greatest and highest good. This is not. Trust your gut. Also, focus on your health. The better your health, to some degree, there's a caveat there, but the better your health, or the better you're taking care of your body, the better or stronger your intuition, the more in tune to your body you are, and the stronger your intuition can be. I will also say, though, that when I get a cold, my intuition is like, my readings are off the charts because I am actually out of my head and into the moment much more when I have a cold. It's the craziest thing. So just know, though, that when you're taking care of your body, your intuition actually can be really strong. They also want to just have us really focus on the next steps. So yes, trusting your gut. What is the next step? Making sure you're doing the right thing for your body also helps enhance that. But just what is the next step? Don't worry so much about where we're going, what all's got to happen, all the things. What is just the next step? And then when you feel good in that step, focus on the next step. So really bringing in our view into just focusing. Yes, you can have the dream of what it is you want longer term and where you want to go longer term, but let's just focus on the next step and using those tools, health and gut intuition, to be able to help you as well. The other thing that they really want you to kind of take a look at is, from a focus perspective, is as you're going to next step, who is around you? Who's stepping up? Next step, but who's stepping up to support you? And when you ask for help, or can you ask for help? Will you ask for help? Because many of us, particularly as women, don't like to ask for help. So can we ask for help? Do we see who's around us? What is our network? What does it look like? How can we rely on it? How can we have people help us, bolster us, and support us through this focused next step? They want to reiterate, the animals do, that we're all being called right now. We're being asked to bring our greatest and highest foot forward for the betterment of the planet, for the betterment of systems around us, for the clearing of older systems that no longer serve us. So we're all being called to do our part. So when we can focus on that next step using our gut instinct and making sure that we're doing right by our health, we can really begin to honor what we're actually called to do to make things better, to improve ourselves, but really again, don't worry about the bigger picture. Focus on yourself and what it is that you need to be able to move that next step forward. So again, they really want us to help. There's one other way. They really want us to help. They really want to help us focus so that we can find what we are being called to do, or we can find our path and be fulfilled by it. Now, one way that they want us to practice this for the month of December, and it is the holiday month. I want to say pretty much almost any major religion has some type of celebration, spiritual practice for this month. The animals, of course, are going to add to that. So there's a whole sense of feeling of energy and atmosphere around it as well. The animals are here too. So the thing that they want you to do to practice this focus is when you have a moment of frustration, I'll say, they're giving me the word frustration, or traffic is tight, or the lines to get gifts is really long, or you have to get more gifts than you really want to give, I'll even say, or you have to maybe step up and buy something that it's probably out of your budget, or you're nervous about your budget. How can you move from any of those types of feelings of anxiety, negativity, most likely based in fear? How can we just take a moment, get into your gut? How can you just feel into that? And how can you get to a place of love? Whether it's grace and love for yourself, I just don't have the money, and you know what? That's going to have to be okay. Or I need to just take a breath. I'm going to use this opportunity of standing in line to take a breath. Everybody here, and even you can look around and look how everybody else is really harried as well. And how can you relax, have a deep breath, focus on what you just need to do in this moment, take care of yourself, and see how everybody else to some degree is in the same situation. And everybody being harried doesn't help the matter, but being in a place of love does. So how can we, even when we're driving, how can we stay in a place of love while we're driving? So someone cuts us off, can you send that person I hope you make it to your destination safe and sound, instead of, and throwing out the anger and whatnot. These are the ways that the animals are showing us, can we send love instead? If you, for example, I'll just go for an example. If I'm on a walk with my dog, Lucas, and because he's got strong sight and scent hound in him, the moment he sees the white tail of those deer, man, he wants to go off like a shot. I do not go that fast. And he has in the past, well, he's broken my leg, but that's a different story. But he's also pulled me off my feet. So he and I have been really working together on a way that I can voice, hey, please don't do that. And we can actually, oh yeah, right, I can't. And instead of me getting frustrated with him, I take a moment, take a breath, realize he's just doing what he's built to do. And how can we walk together from love? So there's exercises like that. So again, when you find yourself in a moment of anger, fear, frustration, anxiety, anything like that, it is an opportunity. It's an invitation to take a deep breath. How can you focus on finding that deep breath and moving from that place of fear, anxiety? Where can you find the love? How can you love yourself? Can you love whoever's around you? Can you send love? Can you see love anywhere to help reassure you? And that's the practice that they want to give to you for this month of December. I'm just double checking my notes, making sure I didn't forget anything from them, because this is important work, working with our animals, trusting our animals to show us ways for our growth and expansion, as well as to make the world a better place. Because isn't the world a better place with animals in it? I think so. I hope everybody has a wonderful, safe, and happy holiday season, whatever you celebrate or don't. May December find you well and happy. I personally celebrate the solstice. I'm very much looking forward to the winter solstice on the 21st. It is a wonderful day to reflect and to focus on what I and Lucas would like to do in the coming year. So we'll leave that with you as well. So have a wonderful holiday season. Have a wonderful month. Please let me know how your animals are helping you focus this month. Love to hear from you, and we will see you soon. Take really good care.